hey, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hello, 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 hello. This is the Church of RNK, and I'm Rosemary, Nonny, and as always, it's an absolute pleasure to hang out with you for a little bit. I am going to go and share this, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to talk about the fact that you are pretty dang enough. I was just speaking to actually a client, or well, just communicating with a client, and she actually put this idea in my head. She just said, you know what? I had this idea to write something on the mirror, I am enough, and it just sparked something inside of me. I was like, yes! We are enough! So thank you, Suzanne. This is because of you. Okay, anyway, give me a second. I'm going to share it. I'm going to be back. Or you can share it as well. Tell me who you are as well. I'll be back in a second. Let me just share it. Make sure I'm pressing the right button. Don't want to end it. Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on. We're going to be singing about I am enough. This is your affirmation for today. Okay. And this is a song, actually. It's going to be on my album. You need to be watching out for my album, okay? Yes, it's not quite ready yet, but it's going to be this year. And that's me even affirming to myself that I will not continue to let the resistance win, right? I will complete the last 3 songs, which are already, actually, producers sent them off to me. And I just need to confirm that, yes, it's time to master them. And then the album would be ready with like 10 or 11 songs on it, which I'm going to be really, really cool to tell you guys about when it's ready. But I'm telling you now, so you get ready. You get ready because it's coming. Guys, say hello. Here is the affirmation for today. I am enough. 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 And again, I am enough. 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 I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. Literally 3 words, okay? Easy enough to remember, right? I am enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. What does that mean to you when you hear those words? I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. For me right now, it's just reminding me of the fact It's just reminding me of the fact, I have no idea what you're saying, yes sir. It's just reminding me of the fact that we don't need to fight who we are. We don't need to try to be something that we think the world wants us to be. You don't have to try to fit your square self into a round hole. You don't need to be accepted by every single person on the planet. Everybody doesn't need to love you because you are enough. The way you are, who you were created to be, without all the layers on you, without all the pretense, without all the trying to be something you're not. You can just be who you are, and it's okay. And for me, I suppose because my particular message has always been freedom, it's always been financial freedom as well as freedom in all areas of your life, okay? And I keep trying to see how does being enough fit into this, because we've all been brought up in one way or the other to believe that we have to do work that we don't want to do in order to create wealth or to create just enough to get by. And that is generally how most people live. You just kind of just about have enough, but you're too scared to leave the just about enough because you don't know that you're worried. It's like I was worried for a very, very long time. And that's why there's a heck of a lot of resistance around putting my album together, because it always feels, and it still feels, let's be very honest, it still feels a bit, for goodness sake, Rosemary, you're talking about financial independence. You're talking about people being free financially and free to, make a dent on the planet. What the heck has singing got to do with it? Everything. Everything. And I suppose when I saw that from my awesome client, it suddenly just occurred to me that I'd spent a lot of this morning fighting who I was, trying to be less spiritual than I am, trying to be less woo-woo than I am because I felt that is more acceptable. And some of you live your whole life doing that, and it takes more than, hi Wasim, how you doing? It takes more than a few hours in the morning for you to finally remember that you are fighting who you are. Instead of, just accept who you are. Accept the strengths inside of you. You may not see them as strengths to begin with, because that is not the way we've been taught. Music is not something, okay, talking about me again, I still remember actually my chemistry teacher telling me, why the heck are you trying to go into pharmacy? You obviously should go into something to do with music. You should be doing something with music. You are obviously gifted in this way. And I'm like, yeah, you go tell my parents that. Basically. And no, I don't want to be some kind of crazy, no, not crazy. I don't want to be like, I don't want my whole life to be about singing or just music. No, that's not all I am, but it's definitely part of who I am. And maybe it doesn't fit into the world's definition of what a coach, a business coach or whatever, or a professional, I don't know what, is supposed to do. But guess what? It's who I am. Who are you? Who are you? And do you dare to show up and figure out, just the way I've figured out how to create wealth being who I am. Will you dare to do what it takes to figure out how to stop fighting who you are? I mean, there'll still be resistance, okay? It's uncomfortable changing something you've learned all of your life, that you had to be a certain way in order to be accepted by the tribe. Are you willing to step away from the tribe and discover you again? Strip off all the layers. This is the Church of RNK, just a reminder here. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff we talk about. We talk about you becoming fully yourself. Instead of always trying to sweep who you are under the carpet, instead of trying to pretend that you're somehow just the same as every other norm on the planet. And I'm not saying that we're any better than anybody else. I'm not saying we're any worse. I am saying, however, that we're unique. Unique. And when you keep fighting that uniqueness that is you, it's really hard to create more than an average amount of wealth. And an average amount of wealth for you depends on your environment. Because if you're comparing yourself to every single person around you, then of course you're going to be the average income level of everybody around you. So if unfortunately everyone around you is kind of broke, you too will be kind of broke, because you're trying very hard to fit in with them, instead of recognizing that you are unique and you are enough and you can just step up and own all the different parts of you. I've spoken to so many people in the last few weeks, actually. I speak to people quite a lot of the time, but recently particularly I've been focusing in on getting to know the community better, and I hear time and time again people held back from living out the call on their life. And this was my life too for a while there. You know, when you've come out of real hardship, when you've come from a place of struggle and you finally found some kind of even keel where things are, they're okay. They're not great by any means. There's still some struggle, but it's a struggle you're kind of familiar with and you kind of know how to work it out. And so I hear people trying to hold on desperately to that kind of not great life, but it's all I know and it's kind of safe. Okay. So I'm going to hold on to it, even though it means that I have to kill off parts of me. I've heard people that want to rap, but don't know how it's going to fit in. I've heard people that want to, you know, really inspire young people because they see lots of suicide around them and they really know, and they've dealt with it themselves and come out the other side, and they want to speak into the lives of young girls, young boys, older people who feel this desperation inside of them. They want to help them avoid all of this stuff. Yeah, come out of your comfort zone. Good morning, Linda. How are you doing? Lovely to have you here, my honey. And yes, it is time to come out of the comfort zone. Absolutely. And to own all those parts of you that seem a little bit woo-woo and out there, that they're just not usual. Own it. Own it. It's like, yeah, as I was saying with these girls, these people I've spoken to, they have such great ideas of the things they would like to impact people with. But when it comes down to it, they will go with safety. Safety. They ask questions and questions and questions, but they never move. They never move forward because they're scared. I don't want that to be you guys. And I come onto this Church of RNK hoping to elevate your prosperity consciousness a lot, okay? Because there's a heck of a lot of people, you don't even realize that you're thinking wrong. You don't even realize you're thinking wrong. That's the thing. For you, as I said, if the average people around you are struggling, and you will struggle too, you'll be struggling too, and you'll think it's the norm. You'll think that's the normal way to live life and there's no other way around it. And I'm here to remind you that actually there is a way around it, but you're fighting it desperately right now. You're fighting against it. You're fighting to hold on to a life you do not even really like. And it's kind of crazy to watch. It's kind of crazy to see. Because it's like, you don't really like the way you're living right now, but you are unwilling to let go of it so that you can find a different way. Because you don't know that there's a different way. It doesn't feel safe. And so therefore, you would rather burn off the extra bits of you, the awesome bits of you, just so that you can fit in, so that you can be the same as everybody else, even though you don't actually want to be the same as everybody else. It's kind of crazy. We human beings, we make life very complicated when we choose not to own who we are. Okay, let's sing this affirmation again. Lord, I am enough. 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 And again, because I got it all completely wrong, the chords to begin with. Let's try this again. I am enough. 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 Thank you, Linda. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And I'm going to try again because I got it wrong again. I'm going to get this right, man. I am enough. 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 Oh, I am enough. 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 I want to feel that all the time. I personally choose to feel that all the time. There are times when I forget too. And then you try so hard to be something that someone else wants you to be. And I say to you guys, come on. Let us step up. Step up again in courage, in boldness, and be who we are created to be. Let us stop like throwing our true nature in the face of our Creator, almost like saying to our Creator that oh, no. Who I am is not good enough. So, I'm going to just not acknowledge it. I'm going to be everything but it. I'm saying no. I choose to take off even more layers personally until I am truly, completely everything that I am created to be. And I ask you to do the same. Thanks for the thumbs up and hearts and things, even though I can't see you. But you're there. You're there somewhere. I encourage you guys to spend a little time with yourself, to seek out again who you truly, truly are. And to make a determination, a commitment that you will figure out how to create a life around who you are born to be. rather than trying so hard to fit into a hole that you do not fit. Choose to figure it out, because there is a way. The Creator did not give you your particular skills, your particular way of looking at life and your experiences for nothing. There is a reason to you being the way you're truly supposed to be. And when you spend all your life trying to fight it, it just makes life tiring and tedious. So why not choose? You know what, people, the chances are somewhere on this 7 point God knows what billion planets or people planet, there is someone doing the thing you dream of doing. Maybe not exactly the same as you, but there is a way. That is what I'm trying to get across to you. There is a way for you to be responsible for your responsibilities and at the same time live out the call on your life. There is a way, but you will only find that way if you choose to get over the fears, get over your need to hide, and actually step up. I was about to swear a little there, but I thought I wouldn't. Step up! Because the voice whispering inside of you, it will probably keep going for a while and you'll drown it out until one day maybe you'll just be, well, you'll get to the end. At some point you will get to the end. In fact, this morning I wrote out an email to someone who kept asking questions about, well, it's not horribly long questions or anything like that. It was just this feeling. There's some people, I get a feeling they need to know certain answers in order to move forward. There are some people I know who are asking questions in order to avoid moving forward. And so I treat each different person differently. Ultimately, I remember this morning I wrote out an email to someone asking questions and questions and questions. And this is someone who was particularly excited about moving forward until they had to make a commitment. And then suddenly the excitement turned into, oh, no, I just need to go and pray about it. I just need to question this. Oh, can you just tell me this? Like, can you tell me the other and tell me the other and tell me the other? And I must admit, after a little while, well, anyway, I always kind of get a little bit like, either you know you're going to move forward or not, because there is no certainty. There is no certainty whilst you're sitting on the fence. Even whilst you're walking on the path, there is no certainty. What you can definitely know is this, that you are going to be looked after by the universe. You're going to be looked after by your higher power. There's absolutely no doubt in your mind, as long as you are willing to do what it takes. As long as you are willing to follow those intuitive nudges, you will never be left alone. Never. You are enough because your Creator has made you that way. Okay? But most people spend a heck of a lot of time trying very hard to fight their very nature. And then when they're called to take action and move forward, they spend a heck of a lot of time questioning and trying to be certain, trying to make sure that they've covered all their bases. There is no way to do that. You just have to trust that if you have gone through certain experiences, if you have a particular way of looking at the world, there is a reason why you look at the world that way, and that there are people that you are specifically called to serve in that way. But you have to own it. You have to finally get to the point where you recognize that who you are is enough. You don't need to be like anybody else. You don't need to pretend to be anything. You can just be you, because who you are is enough, and is enough for the people you are specifically called to serve. There is a hunger, a thirst, a deep desire inside of you to live out the call on your life, to wake up in the morning and know that you are going to be impacting certain people in the way you've been dreaming about doing for such a long time. And yet, on the other side, there is a part of you that questions. There's a part of you that second guesses yourself. There's a part of you that doubts yourself. There's a part of you that listens to people like me and says, yeah, it's easy for you. You don't know my life. Yes, honey, I may not know your specific circumstances, but I promise you this, that you are not in any circumstances that are too big for you to handle. Okay? Nothing comes your way that there isn't a way out of. Nothing comes your way that you are not well equipped to deal with, if you will own who you are instead of trying to be like everybody else, instead of thinking that who you are is too crazy and too out there and too weird. Allow yourself to be weird. Allow yourself to be the odd one out. Allow yourself to be the one that doesn't quite fit in. So what? I remember once actually hearing, and I'm still not sure that I completely agree with it, but I went to a conference once or something, and someone said, what if you thought to yourself that your family, something about your family being a mistake, genetic mistake or something along those lines, a genetic mistake or something. Now, I'm not completely sure I completely align with that completely, okay? But suppose if for a second you just imagined that your family, your environment is just random, and that actually you could just choose a new family, you could choose a new environment. The truth is you can. You can. I'm not saying everybody needs to desert their families or anything like crazy like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, however, is it was slightly random. So, so therefore you get to choose how you show up in the world. You don't have to look around you to see how everybody else is showing up in the world before you decide what is acceptable or what is not. Who told you what is acceptable and what is not? And how did they come up with that idea? They're just a human being just like you. And yeah, they maybe it was your parents. They told you, it's like I was told that writing or singing and things like that don't make you money. And I believe them because they're my parents. And so I became a pharmacist, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Every single thing that happened to me is part of who I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that as a place of, oh, let's all feel sorry for ourselves. No. What I'm saying is they gave me the best advice they knew how themselves at that time. But now I'm an adult. I am an adult, and this is my life. I get to choose that I am actually enough. I get to stop burying the parts of me that have been crying out for release for so long. I get to say, you know what? I am enough. I, in all my fullness, I am enough. I can be my bold and sexy and crazy and musical and financially independent crazy person if I want to be, and it's okay, man. I can be who I am, and it's okay. I am acceptable first and foremost to me, because honey, beyond me, I am acceptable to God. I'm acceptable to my higher power. So it doesn't actually really matter about anybody else's opinion. But first and foremost, we have to accept ourselves. Because if we can't accept ourselves, we will never show up in the world with any kind of confidence. Nobody will buy into you because you haven't bought into you. So quickly buy into yourself, man. Quickly buy into yourself. Buy into the fact that yes, you are somewhat different from everybody else. So what? You are enough. Come on now. Thanks guys for reacting, but I want to hear from you as well. Is it resonating with you? This is the Church of RNK. So yeses, amens, absolutely acceptable. And you know, you can go longer than yes and amen. That works too. But if you really don't want to go longer, then I want to hear some yeses and amens. Put them in the comments. I want to know that you're hearing what I'm saying and it is resonating with your heart. And that you are going to start to do something different. You're not going to just keep being the same person trying to be something that you're not. Trying to be more professional than you are. Trying to be less professional than you are. Trying to be, I don't know what. Why not just be you? Why not just love the person that you are? Why not just own it? Stop fighting with yourself. Oh, there's areas of my life I know I still fight with myself. It's like how to show up to you guys sometimes. And yeah, if you look at some of the things I was doing originally, like last year or 2 years ago, I am different than now. Slightly, not completely. Definitely, you know, I didn't have blue hair. The undertone of everything that I do is the same, but the boldness with which I bring it out is definitely different. Why? Because yeah, I've done a lot of internal shedding, getting rid of stuff, choosing to believe the words spoken over my life, choosing to believe the intuitive nudges that bubble up inside of me, choosing to believe that when I hear my higher power saying, this is what you are called to do, that it is what I'm called to do, even if people do not get it, even if people don't always agree with what I say, it doesn't really matter, because I'm not called to every single person on the planet, I'm called to the 334,000. That's it. That's it. That's not everybody. It's only like 0.04% of the people on the planet right now. So, you know, it's not everyone. And that's fine. Mine is just to show up as boldly as I can and call in the people who resonate with what I'm saying, because I know I can help them to be free. I can help them to be financially free and free in all areas of their life. Because I hear so many people, you've gone through so much and you want to help other people avoid that stuff, but you're trying to figure out how you can do it in a way that will also mean that your responsibilities get taken care of. There is a way. You just have to be willing to let go of what seems familiar and own who you are. I have to sing the affirmation again, guys, because I want it stuck in your heads. I want it stuck in your heads. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Oh, lost the chords. I'm going to start again. I have to start again this time. I am enough. 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 And again, I am enough. 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 And I have to sing it again. I am enough. 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 And again, I am enough. 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 Oh, I am enough. I am enough. I want it stuck in your head. I want to get stuck in your head, and I keep making mistakes, so forgive me, but I want it stuck in your head. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. So maybe you, like my client did, write it on your mirror. So every time you look at the mirror, you're reminded that you are enough. The stuff you carry inside of you is enough. There's the message you want to bring and deliver to the world. It is enough. The way you would like to deliver that to the world. It is enough. Yes, it's scary because it's a little bit different from the norm. But that's a blessing, honey. That's a blessing and an opportunity that you have the creativity to think of a different way to deliver a message to the world. Because people need to be shocked out of their comfort zones. And you could be the very catalyst for change that certain people need to hear about. And you know what? This is it. It doesn't even matter what your product or service is. It doesn't matter whether you might be a creator, maybe you want to write books and all of that stuff, or maybe it is a product, maybe it is a service that you want to deliver. There is a way to combine who you are, your purpose, your calling, your story, the thing you know you need people to hear because you know it will change their lives. You combine all of that with whatever it is that you want to deliver to them to create wealth out of. There is a way to make it work. But you have to first and foremost buy into yourself. Buy into yourself. I'm sorry, I'm led to sing the song again, so I'm going to do it again. But you need to buy into yourself first. Okay? Buy into yourself with confidence. Okay? And confidence is a choice. It's not something that gets bestowed upon you. It's a choice. You're going to choose whether you're going to show up confidently or not. You're going to choose whether you're going to lay down the fact that the life you've lived to date, you're going to open your hand so we can move on, so that you can create space for a new life to come through to you. Hey, Kende, how you doing? You are the one that makes that decision. You don't wait for confidence to come hit you on the head. No, you choose to be confident. You choose to completely own who you are. Wherever you are on this planet, for goodness sake. I don't care where you are. You might say, oh no, it doesn't work in where that. It's not the truth. There's no mistake about you, okay? So you're not somehow in the wrong place at the wrong time or something. No, you're in exactly the right place right now to do the work that you are called to do. The question is, will you let yourself? Or will you keep telling yourself a story about how, oh well, it's not easy for me. It's not easy for anybody. Basically. It's not easy for anybody. Everybody gets to start at the start. Everybody gets to start when they feel kind of lack of confidence. If you're blessed, like my children are, you have people like me telling you from practically birth that you get to choose who you be. But if you're not, then like the rest of us, we have to figure it out. We have to choose to, you know what? There's something burning inside of me that needs to be delivered on the world. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how it's going to work. But you know what? Higher power. If you gave me this thing to put out there, then fine. You got to look after me. You have to help me figure this thing out, which doesn't mean that I'm going to sit on my awesome ass and do nothing, waiting for God to come and sort out all my problems. No, that doesn't mean that. It means that there is a way and you are more than capable of finding it. Okay? As long as first and foremost you buy into yourself. You are enough. 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 And if for whatever reason you've already started trying to do something and it hasn't worked, and your story now is, I tried, Rosemary, and it didn't work. Tell you right now, you didn't try hard enough. The fact that you stopped and you're telling me you tried and you're still alive tells me you didn't try hard enough. Because this is it. When you commit till you're dead. I mean it. It's do or it's die for me, okay? It's do or it's die. I am a Project 334K. It is do or die. It is going to happen or I'm going to die. Basically, one or the other. And I know it's going to happen. Why? Because I just trust the intuitive nudge inside of me that says, this is your calling, this is your destiny. Move forward towards it. Do whatever you can to do, trusting that the miracles, if there are miracles to be found, they will be found on the path. They will not be found whilst I'm sitting down thinking and questioning and wondering and waiting and hoping and praying that someday I'll be rescued and somebody will tell me how to live up. No, I push on every freaking door until I find my path. Same goes with you. There are some doors that I've opened for you. And yet we can have a conversation to help you start taking those initial steps. Because yes, God has called me to open some doors for you. So you need to get on the phone with me. But first and foremost, you need to commit to loving who you are created to be. To acknowledging the fact that you are enough. The gifts you have are enough, and you stop downplaying them. You stop saying, yeah, but everybody can do that. Everybody's doing that. Everybody's thinking that. Nobody does it like you. Nobody does it like you. Nobody is you. There is a specific jigsaw piece that you represent. Nobody else is shaped like you. Nobody else is like you. You need to step it up, honey. First and foremost, you need to just own who you are and stop fighting it. Stop trying to be something other than you. You are enough. I am 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 enough. Okay? bring it to a close right here with an invitation to you. If you've been hearing me and you're thinking to yourself, it is time for me to step things up, it's time for me to get clear on what my next steps are, then yes, as I said earlier, let's have a conversation, you and I, okay? Let's have a conversation because I can help you get clarity around what you need to do next. So if you pop over to rosemarynonny.com/freedom session, I will jump on the phone with you. We'll have a conversation. We'll get clear on what your ultimate goal and vision and all of that is. You'll know what to do next. We'll see what is getting in the way of you doing it. And you will leave that call clearer, more inspired, more invigorated, motivated to actually take those next steps. You will know what needs to happen next. And honey, you only need to know the next step. You don't need to know everything from A to Z. There's a limited number of these sessions available at the moment. Do not second guess, wait, and procrastinate. You are no longer that person. You are now a leader who chooses to love who you are, who chooses that you are enough. You've decided, you know what? I'm not going to hide who I am any longer. I am stepping it up. Let the chips fall where they may. Let some people don't like it. I don't care because I'm not called to every single person on the planet. I'm called to specific people. And those specific people need me to step the heck up. Right now, pop over to rosemarynonny.com/freedom session. It'd be great to speak with you if you're ready for the next step. I am enough. Just keep repeating that to yourself. Preferably sing it. It's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live because you absolutely want to. Can I say thank you for hanging out with me for this? I don't know how long it was. It is my privilege, really, really, to do this work. And you know, to be able to do something that makes you feel fulfilled and to create wealth from it as well. Honey, there is no other feeling like that on the planet. To know that you're alive and doing what you're here to do. Seriously, it is a privilege that I get to do this stuff. It really is. It really is. These were things that I thought I could never do. Just the same as you probably. At one point it just seemed like one fairy dream somewhere. You know, those things that people dream about and never happen because I pride myself on being very practical. And so I would be that person, which was unfortunate, you know, telling people, yeah, but let's be practical, let's be logical. Till I realized that logic and practicalness only get you so far. For me, it got me to bankruptcy and depression, actually. So it didn't get me very far at all. On the face of it, I looked successful in the eyes of the world around me. But I knew that I was called to more. Just the same as you do. You know you're called to more. And anyway, I'm supposed to bring this to a close, aren't I? So, fight for and deliberately design the life you're born to live because you absolutely want to. Thank you for hanging out with me. As I said, it is a privilege to share this time with you. I look forward to speaking with some of you on the call if you're ready to actually commit to your own vision. Until the next time, much love.